What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Tech Solutions. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Let me just verify that this thing is actually live. The OBS actually takes a while for it to kick in, so let me check. Boom, there we go. What's going on, guys? So it's Ricky with Tech Solutions. I'm not too sure if you guys have ever joined our live stream before, but feel free to check and browse our YouTube channel. We upload daily videos, and I hope that they can guide you in the right direction. We do offer a free networking group. It's called Tech Solutions, and again, the link is provided for you down below as well. You have the ability to network with over 58,000 members worldwide, so we would love to be a part of your success any way that I can. So let's see who's joining us live. Let's see if there's a couple people. Looks like you guys. There we go. What's up? What's up, Angel? What's up, John? What's up, Oscar? What's up, Juan? What's up, Cody? What's up, Steven? What's up, Lars? What's going on, guys? There's a guy's like, can I donate for a new hat? I know, I need to wash it, and everyone keeps telling me, hey, but look at this new shirt. What do you guys, man, I must have like a crooked chest or something, but what do you guys think about the new shirt? Just maybe a little hint for the new TechBuds apparel. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and get right to it. So, this is our Sunday Stock Talk. Our Sunday Stock Talks consist of the top stocks that I see value in for, this upcoming week. And I also break down stocks for the overall group. People literally just join this Sunday Stock Talk so I can answer their questions, as well as so I can break down a stock that they see value in, and we can just kind of share and network ideas. That's the whole idea of this Sunday Stock Talk. It looks like the output is a little low, but what's going on? All right, there we go. So we got everything going good. So all right, let's do it. So let's get right to it. I'm going to start breaking down. I'm going to be sharing my screen right now. I'm going to be breaking down a couple stocks that I personally see value in, and I'm going to be sharing kind of like where I'm setting my alerts, the support, the resistance, why I see value in them, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the stocks that you guys want me to break down. How does that sound? We do this for about 30 minutes, so we have 23 minutes to make this all happen, and I hope that you guys learned something new, and if you guys do, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up, as it really lets me know that you guys are enjoying these Sunday Stock Talks. So I'm super happy to be back here in Arizona. I was in Hawaii for about 5 days, and I'll get into detail about it a little bit later if you guys join us throughout the entire live stream, but I'd love to share my experience over there and kind of what's been going on, because today has been nonstop work, and this is kind of relaxing for me to just go back to just breaking down stocks. I'm pretty excited for that. So let's do it, team. There we go. It should be, oh no. Let's see. There we go. Let's get little Ricky. Boom, boom, boom. Please explain support and resistance meaning. Okay, so Ash, I will slowly cover it in the live stream. But if you're asking that question, then you probably have not watched the number of helpful videos that I have on my YouTube platform. So feel free to do that. So I just want to congratulate everyone that went into CENX. That's been one of my top callouts for this month. We called it out twice when it was at $13.60, and it went up to almost $15. So let's actually pull it up right now. This does not, again, none of the stocks that I'm talking about are any suggestions or something that are 100%, stocks that you're going to make money on. Nothing's 100%. This is me sharing my experience, and I hope that my breakdown can guide you in the right direction. I want you guys to understand that. I don't tell anyone ever. So if you're emailing me about where I should buy, where I should sell, and for all those questions, believe it or not, guys, people get upset. They direct message me on Instagram, Discord, our private messages, and just every other platform, and they get upset with me. They think that I don't want to teach them, my secret, or I want to keep money away from them because I don't tell them where to buy, where to sell, and where to cut your losses. If you want someone to tell you and to spoon feed you where you should buy and sell and what you should trade, then this is not the group chat to do so. This is where we share our best practices, share our mistakes, and I'm here to build that foundation for you so you don't have to rely on a scanner, so you don't have to rely on a group chat. I want people to, again, know how to fish, not to be fed, and that's the whole idea of this group, to be self-sustained. And I hope that each and every single one of you can achieve that form of success as well. So let's go and do it. Yeah, so we have a couple suggestions. This is CENX. Let's break it down. Let's do a 180-day analysis. So this is why I saw value in it. CNX, we called it out a while back on the initial bounce when it was at around 13. I mean, we've called it out for quite a while. But when it started showing signs of an uptrend, that was when it was at around $13.60 the first time. Pumped up almost to $15, so that's where the resistance was. Perfect sell point. We knew that $15, as you can see, was a previous support. A support is where a stock usually bounces at, and a resistance is where a stock usually peaks out at. With that being said, it had a sell-off. It sold off to its previous support again. I didn't really care where it sold off to, but if you guys saw that video, when I purchased CENX at $13.80, it pumped right back up the next day to highs, I believe, of like, $14.40. Regardless of what the case may be, I sold my position, but it continued for the next 2 days to have green days. And then I got a number of screenshots sent out to me through our private group chat of people that did very well with CNX and their hold. It was a 2 to 3 day swing trade, and that's what I called it out as, because that's where I saw the most potential as of now. And when it comes down to how CENX is trading, I think CENX still offers great potential as long as it doesn't make new lows. As long as it continues to make new highs, just like it did when it had this sell-off to lows of, when it had the initial sell-off, right? It went to lows of like $13.30, pumped up, hit highs of almost $15, pumped down, did not drop as low as it did before. That's a good sign. It pumped right back up, it made new highs. That's a good sign. So I wanted to continue to start showing this sign of an upward staircase, and it's inevitable for this thing, it's going to have a sell-off. So believe it or not, it's going to have a sell-off. So in those sell-offs, as long as they are, not as low as the previous sell-offs, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for signs of upward momentum. And we can simply look at this on a 90-day analysis. And that's realistically what I'm going to be looking for. So I'm going to set my alerts right here. I'm going to set my alerts. As you can see, $15 when this stock was trending down, $15 was a previous support. So it should become a new support because we're above $15. So it should become a new support based on it being an old resistance. So I'm going to set my alert if it drops below $15, letting me know that it's having that sell-off. And in that sell-off, I think it offers great entry point or a great entry point, because as long as it continues this uptrend, then it's good. Obviously, if it goes below a certain price point that you're not comfortable holding, then obviously you're going to have to cut your losses. But just make sure that you formulate a plan if you choose to invest in any stock that is worth the investment. So this is my breakdown. CENX offers the potential from its current price point, $15, to highs of $20, about 33%. So how do I know that it's most likely going to hit $20? Again, you never know anything 100%, but what I do know is if I look at this at the 180-day analysis, it has this very nice pattern where it has these sell-offs and bounces usually at around $14. Again, one bounce here, and it looks like it's validating another bounce and starting to show signs of an uptrend. So it does this ascending uptrend, so I don't think it's far-fetched for it to hit $20. And that's pretty much what we're looking for. I'm going to wait for the sell-off, get in on another position, and then I will, sell my position at like, $15.50 or $16. Then I will, sell my position there, wait for another sell-off, get in there, and then end up selling at, $18 to $20. It just depends on your approach. You can just hold this and, ride it all the way up as it moves up and down. It just depends on how you want to swing trade this. I feel like CENX, the potential for profit is much greater than the potential for loss, and that's simply why I continue to call this one out when people ask me what is it that I'm looking at, because this is the one that I see the most value in as of now. So let's go ahead and Justin, he's saying that's a sick shirt that I'm wearing. All right, so you guys are saying that CENX is too rich of a stock for you. So you guys are saying that it's too expensive. Let's go ahead and move on over to GoPro. GoPro is $8.29. How do you feel about that? If you don't have $8.29 in your brokerage account, I don't want to say that there's no point for you to be trading, but maybe simulation trading might be a better approach. The reason that I'm calling out GoPro, again, it's a reputable company. It had a sell-off because of its earnings, that it did hit its earnings, but its guidance was off, right? Its expectations were off. Not the expectations for the earnings, but its guidance was off. Had that sell-off at its previous support, a known place where it bounces at is at $8. It had a sell-off. Where did it bounce at? $8. Nothing crazy. Again, I'm not a fortune teller. There's no such thing as being able to know exactly where it bounces at, but that's why you wait for the confirmation. So what is it that I do? 3 steps, and I've said this multiple times on how I formulate my plan for these swing trades. I look for reputable companies that have a solid pattern, right, that are not trending down, but are either parallel patterns, right, or horizontal patterns, or that are ascending upwards, showing signs of upward, an upward trend, not a downward trend, but an upward trend, or that are parallel, right? With that being said, GoPro fits that. It's a reputable company, parallel pattern, and it's at a known support area. So what do? I simply wait for the break above the 180-day EMA. Do you guys see that break at around 820? The bounce at $8, it validated the support. So this isn't just, hey, well, I hope that GoPro bounces at $8. It's, which is a previous support. It's we wait for the validation of the bounce, set our alerts when it breaks above the EMA, and then it's up to us as an investor to know when we're going to be taking our positions, where we plan to sell, and where we plan to cut our losses. If we know that the support is at $8, then obviously if it goes below $8, then it's, it's not validating our pattern. So with that being said, I'm going to set my alert at $8 or $7.96, right? Because it never bounces at exact price points. I'm going to set it at $7.96 or $7.97. If it goes below $7.97, then I know that most likely, possibly GoPro is breaking its pattern and it's going to continue trending downwards. With that being said, we're already showing indication of an uptrend, so I feel comfortable holding GoPro, and that's why I'm still in GoPro. I'm adding more to my size as it increases in price. I plan to be in GoPro for about, anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000, depending on how quick it moves up. And my return isn't going to be an enormous, again, I'm not trading TOPS, I'm not trading DCIX, I'm not trading these very, very volatile companies. I'm trading reputable companies. I'm investing in companies that are showing signs of an uptrend, and in companies that I understand. That's the easiest way that I can put it. Because I have a good amount of money that I can invest, let me just put it into perspective. It's not even at $8.50 right now, but let's say my average price is at $8.50 from when I start averaging up. From $8.50, I think $10 is a realistic sell point, and being able to sell it at $10, my return would be about 17, almost 18%. Let's say on the low end, it's 15%, right? Because I'm averaging up. 15% return. With about $10,000, that's a $1,500 return. Am I doing anything special? Am I having to trade every single day? Am I having to find or, ask people where to buy or where to sell? No. I'm sticking to one stock. I understand the stock and the potential. I waited for the confirmation, and I feel like I'm investing in what I understand. So with that being said, for all those that have a goal of 5 to 10% on a weekly basis, ask yourself, why are you chasing all these stocks that everyone is calling out? Why not provide much more structure in your trading and do it on a consistent basis? That's all I ask you guys, to invest in what you understand and not in what you don't. If someone tells you because of their scanner that they're trying to sell you, okay, yeah, you should trade on this. Ask them, okay, are they taking positions on everything that they call out? No, most likely not. Either they don't have the money for it, or they know that it doesn't work out all the time, because a lot of it has to do with hype. And if you catch the hype before the pump, then yeah, you might do well. But you need to build that foundation for yourself, your own eye for value, before you can make that assumption that you know how to invest or identify potential. And it's I think building that foundation that a lot of people lack in, and they think just because they have 1 or 2 call-outs that they know how to call everything out. So that's just pretty much my 2 cents. Let's see. That is correct. So what indicators do you use most often? And then my boy is saying he uses multiple indicators and does not rely on one. I don't think I could have answered that any better. So thank you again for that. So, the backup on that one. Let's talk about, I'm going to go down my watch list real quick. Let's talk about AMD. So AMD, I want to give a shout out to Lupo. AMD is now starting to show signs of an uptrend. He's actually the one that called it out. And if there's anyone, I don't have my Discord app opened right now, but I want to give a shout out to Lupo. So Lupo, that's his username. I want to give a shout out to Porter. I want to give a shout out to Dimitri. I want to give a shout out to Ferris. You guys can tag them, and if you're a part, or you can write their names down. This video will repost. These guys do such an amazing job keeping our community together and offering, just such amazing, and these people are not ones that are mods or admins, they're everyday users of Techbot Solutions. Again, it's a free networking group, and they go out of their way to assist people in huge ways. And I just want to thank you guys. I can't thank you enough. I hope that I can meet. I met up with Ferris like last week or 2 weeks ago, and I plan to meet up with him again. Amazing group of guys. Surround yourself with people that you want to be like and people that you want to aspire to work with. And they do an amazing job. So thank you again, Lupo, for breaking this one down. So Lupo, AMD has been one that I've been looking at for quite some time after it had that huge sell-off from $15 all the way down to $11. And as many of you guys know, I'm still trading AMD. I'm still holding AMD, and I plan to hold this until it goes above $14. Why do I, plan to invest in it? Because it's pattern. I understand it. It's a multi-billion-dollar company, and due to its news, I think that there's going to be a huge catalyst that can drive this price up beyond the $15 price point. Does that mean that I'm going to hold up, and hope that it breaks above 15? No, I'll probably sell it around $14 to $15, and I plan to make a couple tens of thousands, not tens of thousands of dollars, but a couple $1,000s profit on AMD. And it comes down with a simple pattern. This thing already sold off so much that now it's starting to show signs of an uptrend. Its first resistance, you can see my alert set here at $12. We're going to wait for the break above $12. And I usually set my alerts every 50 cents for AMD. But as you can see here, it did somewhat of a double bottom at around 11 cents, and it's starting to show signs of an uptrend, and it broke above this kind of support line that I drew. Doesn't really mean anything. Simply set your alerts, and if you're looking for a company that you might want to invest in long term, AMD can definitely be one that I think that can meet that criteria. Just make sure that you do your own due diligence, you set your alerts, you manage your risk, and that you formulate a plan where your potential for profit is much greater than your potential for loss. So thank you again for that. John, what is that? Jono92 is saying Lupo is legit. I agree. All right, let's do it. Let me go ahead and go down to UGAZ. UGAZ is actually not one that I'm seeing a lot of value in right now. UGAZ, we call that one out, I think, perfectly. DGAZ and UGAZ are inverse ETFs. When UGAZ was at its very top at about $11, I called out DGAZ because it was showing signs of a reversal. And DGAZ ended up doing very well. A lot of people were able to do very well with that one, but it's, again, I don't know, I don't predict stocks perfectly or anything like that. It just comes down to, looking at patterns and seeing if there's any indication of a reversal. And it is the season for UGAZ to start showing growth. So because of that, DGAZ is actually starting to show signs of somewhat of downward trend, and UGAZ is actually starting to show a support at $10 if you guys can see that consolidation. So I would set your alerts if it breaks above $10.50, and that's not even bad. From $10.50 to $11, that should be nearly 5%. Just have to ask yourself, what's your goal? You don't have to trade every single day. If your goal is 5% in 1 week, set up your plan. That means you only have to trade one stock. Set up 2 to 3 stocks that meet your criteria and stick to those 3 stocks. Set your alerts. It's not about trading every day, but it's about trading stocks that you see value in on a consistent basis that I think will truly lead to your success. So with that being said, I'm going to set my alert if it looks like I'm going to have to set it a little bit lower. If UGAZ goes below $9.75 is where I'm going to set mine at, then I probably am going to want to stay away from UGAZ and focus my attention on DGAZ. So I'm going to put it here, and then I'm going to set my alert if it goes above 1050, that I know that UGAZ is validating that uptrend pattern, and that I can capitalize from 1050 to $11, as $11 was an old support, new resistance, and stuff like that. So very simple pattern, nothing crazy yet. I'm not doing any mumbo jumbo on the back end. I think it's pretty easy to understand, and if it's not for you and you don't see value in it, 100% please do not trade it. There's no reason that there's nothing wrong with doing simulation trading or paper trading or anything like that. But we've called out those. Okay, let's talk about CX. So CX is now starting to show signs of a support. On this one, I do have to go to a 1-year analysis. There is no confirmation though. I want you guys to understand on CX, there is no confirmation yet for an uptrend. And I have my alerts set right here. If you guys could see, my alerts are here with this little arrow. If you guys want to know how I have my TOS, which is my trading platform, set up, I have a video exactly step-by-step on how it's set up. So search up Thinkorswim Ricky Gutierrez on YouTube, and it'll pop up step-by-step, everything. with all my indicators and all that good stuff. So I have it set up at 810. Why do I have it at 810? Because until it breaks above 810, CX is not showing any signs of a reversal. Right now it offers great opportunity for growth, but we don't have that confirmation just yet. So with that being said, I'm not going to touch it. I just wanted to talk to you about it so you guys can keep this one in your watch list. And when it does, or if it does show confirmation, then we can capitalize from, even if it does go to 810, I can see this thing pulling back to $8. So from $8 to, its resistance at $9, 12%. How nice would that be? And if we can do that within 1 to 2 weeks, that's not bad. Let's say you invest $10,000, that's $1,200 in a week or 2 weeks, regardless of what the case may be. I mean, trading is not my main source of income. It's something that I do on the side, and being able to make a couple extra $1,000s on the side with companies that I understand and that I'm not chasing or wasting my time just looking at the screen is something that's worth my time. So just wanted to talk to you guys about that. And if you guys could see, CX has a very kind of parallel pattern, right? It's not something that's trending up or trending down. It's something that's very parallel. So it's very easy to identify the low points and the high points. So that's something that I really like about it. IMTN, what is that one? Okay. So on this 1 year analysis, it confirmed the support at $5, started to show signs of an uptrend. It's consolidating right now at about $6. I don't like, and this one's showing signs of an uptrend on this 1 year analysis. So that's really nice to see. It did have that sell-off, which offers great opportunity. So right now we're at 615. It looks like it's starting to show some form of consolidation. So it's kind of iffy right now if it's going to continue trending up. It's not holding up. It might be holding above the EMA, but barely. It's actually after market hours, not holding above the EMA. I think that CX would be, or IMGN would be a good one to keep your eyes on. It shows a lot of good signs for continuing that uptrend. So that could be really good to keep your eyes on. And then the last one is MIK. I called this one out on Thursday, and I do want to give a shout out. I'm sorry, but I forgot your name, but you commented on my YouTube channel because you're the one that talked to me about MIK. It's Michael's. I believe your name might be Sean. I'm sorry if I'm mistaken. But he talked to me about Michael's. I think usually what I ask when anyone wants to kind of break down a stock with me, if they direct message me, I just tell them to direct message me the ticker where they think the support, resistance, and their entry point and stop loss should be. So I want them to know the breakdown before I give my own opinion. I will not tell you anything if you don't give me your own opinion on something, because then your opinion would be solely based on mine, and that's not what I'm here to do. So I want to give you a shout out for calling this one out. You called it out at a great entry point and its resistance at about $21. It validated that support, and it's starting to show signs of an uptrend. It did somewhat see a resistance at $19, but we do have a lot more, a lot more potential or profit to be made. So just wanted to talk about that one very quickly. If I'm not mistaken, RRGB, which is Robin, Red Robin, I love that. I love their hamburgers, just to let you guys know. But we call this one out. Again, reputable company, has a sell-off because of its earnings, and doesn't really matter too much, right? Because it has a sell-off. There's a lot of hype when the sell-off happens, but when that hype ends up dying out, you can see it slowly start recovering. And it's when you get that confirmation that it's, now something to kind of look at. Okay, it just broke above $50. It has a lot of potential for it to recover. Is it something where you're going to see 1,000% growth? No, but it's a company that you can understand, and you can understand its patterns and how it could recover. I don't think it's far-fetched to think that this thing can recover to its old support right here, which will most likely be its new resistance at $55. That offers 10% potential. So just ask yourself, what's your percentage growth goal? And if you're just starting out, then maybe focusing on these slower moving stocks that offer real growth might be something worth looking at. So we called out RRGB, again, by someone else simply just calling it out. I added it to my watch list at around $46, and it's been in my watch list ever since. I ended up selling it last week when I was in Hawaii, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about and cover, and I hope that helped you guys out. Man, you guys are having your... Okay, I want to actually, you guys are going to think it's hilarious. So GNC started to show signs of reversal. I was talking about this one forever, and I ended up having to cut my losses. It was very unfortunate. The following day, I recovered a majority of my profits, and then the day after, I recovered very little of my profits. It hit $7. And this was so upsetting to me. But again, it happens, and it's not that it's upsetting. I don't want to say that. It's just, you win some and you lose some. With that being said, GNC showed the confirmation of reversal. It bounced at $5.50, broke above the EMA, as you can see right here, and it started showing signs of a confirmation. So with such alerts, if it breaks above $7, it could have another rally from $7.50 to $8. I want to give a huge shout out to Mark and all those that took a position at like $5.50 and held it. That took a lot of just trust in the company. So with that being said, you guys are up more than 10%, and if I'm not mistaken, Mark went in pretty heavy, so a couple thousand, like tens of thousands of dollars. So I'm sure now you're really happy. I just want to thank you guys for all the amazing and hard work that you guys dedicate. The funny thing about this is I was in Hawaii and I saw GNC and I looked at the actual company. GNC is a if I'm not mistaken, this GNC is a supplement company. It should be the same thing. But the thing that I found very funny was that I looked at it and I was like, I'm gonna go in there and just like tell them a statement of like, oh, like I lost like hundreds of dollars like trading your company or something like that. It was a joke to like my YouTube friends that I went with. But altogether, that following day, it went up like 10%. So again, that was my fault. I guess that's more of a dorky joke than anything. So that's a really good question. Bolt55 is asking, so you don't day trade at all. So if you guys know anything about me, I mean, I used to always day trade. That's all I ever did, because so much of my time is now dedicated to my mentorship program, because so much of my time is dedicated to my other businesses. I'm not given the opportunity to just dedicate, like, just to give you guys an example, I work about 15 to 18 hours every single day. Even when I was in Hawaii, I tried to work as minimal as possible, but I'd work about 5 hours. I'd wake up at 4 in the morning and I'd answer a bunch of messages. I wouldn't jump on any calls when I was out there because that took too much of my time, but emails and just, I mean, I run a series of companies. I own a couple investment properties as well. And then the different things that I just have to do within the day-to-day, just like each and every single one of you, it takes a lot of time. And that's why I'm not given the opportunity to day trade as much as I want to. With that being said, I'm transferring over to swing trading and I'm investing, 3 times or 4 times as much than I normally do when it comes down to my swing trades. So overall, my return is about the same on a monthly basis, if not more than when I was day trading. So it's just a different approach. So, but thank you again for asking that. I do day trade from time to time, but I do not trade. So when everyone asks me about all these hyped up stocks, I don't like telling people or calling out a bunch of manipulated stocks, because it does not promote a lot of long-term growth. And those people that do, 100%, that's up to you. It's just not something that I want to, I think, kind of be affiliated with, if that makes sense. All right, let's go ahead and break down 3 stocks that you guys call out. So we got, all right. Wow, so Kyle is saying, just open an account to start out. I have been watching your videos for a month and just recently decided that I have enough knowledge to start something, or to start actually trading. I can't thank you enough. Well, thank you, Kyle, for the kind message. Whoa, you guys are crazy. I already talked about IMTN, so you guys are... Okay, so KEM. Let me do that one very quick. Guys, you guys are typing too quick. It just goes through my screen too quick. Oh, this is one that we were talking about last week. Great call out. I ended up trading it last week, but I sold my position a little early. Very quick way for me to call this one out. If you could see, its previous resistance was at about $15. As you can see, it peaked out twice there. It broke above that, and it became a new support. This is where it's bouncing at. So with that being said, it has this margin to recover if it plays out like planned. Does it mean 100% that it's going to do that? No, not 100%. With that being said, is there potential? This is where the risk management comes into play. Is the potential for profit greater than the potential for loss? It's up to you to formulate. I'm waiting for more of a solid confirmation, so I'm simply going to set my alert when it breaks above $16 as a swing trade. I want to make sure that this thing is trending up and not just possibly verifying its pattern. Even $16 is a pretty low point for that overall stock because of how much margin that it has to offer. And that's why I have my other alert. I probably will not swing trade it for like weeks until it breaks above $18. I'd feel much more comfortable that when it does break above $18, that I'm like, okay, yeah, like this thing is truly trending up. I'll probably do a 2 to 3 day swing trade for KEM when it breaks above 16, and I'll probably sell at like 17 or 18. Again, locking in a couple percentages of profit. So Good call out. Okay, so you guys are talking about XXII. XXII was one that we talked about last week as well. I think a lot of our traders did very well. For our previous Sunday Stock Talk, what did I say? I pretty much said, hey, look, it validated the $2 support that it had before. I'm not doing anything special, right? Just looking at previous patterns, waiting for that confirmation. I said, I'm going to wait for the break above 210. Broke above 210, hit highs of 230. That's the current resistance, but it's been holding above the EMA pretty steadily. So with that being said, it's not showing any signs of a reversal just yet. But if it breaks above 210 or if it breaks above $2, just be aware, right? And also set your alerts as it trends up. Its next overall resistance is around 250, so I think that's a great call out. Let me do one that I don't usually do. PIRS. I have no idea what that is. So PIRS. Okay, so I like the call out. I can see why you're calling it out. It looks like it's been showing signs of a strong uptrend. So let me give you, again, this is my opinion, nothing set in stone. This is just what I see, right? And based on my experience when it comes to trading. Let this load real quick. So it looks like this is a strong company. I don't like pharmaceutical companies, just letting you know real quick. It's been showing signs of consistent uptrend. It is at a pretty high point compared to a low point. Like I would see much more value in this one if it was at like $5 instead of it being at $6. Does that make sense? I like buying at the low points. I like buying the sell-offs. That's just my style. With this being said, if it continues to hold above $6, the possibility for this thing to make new highs and hit $7, I think is realistic. It's been making new highs. So I don't think there's any question about that. Do you know enough about the company that it's going to lead to that? Because I'm all about, if you have a fundamental reason or understanding on why this is going to do well, then yeah, it makes sense. But if you don't, and you're kind of just going based off of hope, this isn't a market that you get lucky on. So I like the call out. I appreciate the call out. Do your own due diligence, making sure that this thing has news or is working towards something that will lead it to be valued more than what it was previously valued at. Excuse me. Okay, Thai Guys Clips is saying HMNY. HNMY, there we go. Real quick, okay, so HMNY is starting to show signs of an uptrend pattern. Confirm that overall support. I think we talked about this one very quickly last week. $10 support, probably its first resistance is going to be every $5, so $15 will be its resistance. I don't think that HMNY is worth it. I don't like the pattern. I don't like the manipulation. The MACD indicator is starting to show signs of an uptrend, so is the RSI. That's a good sign. I just don't like HMNY and stocks that are manipulated like this. So, yeah. So I got Unical Milker. Okay, so he actually gave me a call on. He's been one that's been doing very well. AMDA. So AMDA, and we'll end it here with the technical analysis. Let's see. Okay, so I could see why there's a support here at $3.50. It looks like it's starting to show and trying to show signs of an uptrend. It has its earnings coming out. Earnings conference call 11/21/2017. So I would wait until that. But yes, I agree that it's at a low point, has a lot of potential for profit. So great call out on that one. OCLR. Okay. OCLR. That one was kind of quick, so I'll do one more. OCLR is starting to show signs of an uptrend, if you guys could see there. So let's see. Okay, I could see that. Overall support at $6, resistance at $8, because that was its old support, so that would become, but it looks like every dollar, that's where it's going to have its kind of support and resistance. So $7 would be the first indicator, $8 would be the next resistance. Yeah, let's look at this at on the 1 year pattern. Let's see how, or the 1 year chart. Okay, so it was a pretty, it was a really nice company. It had a pretty low point at $8, had a pretty nice high point at $11, and that's usually where it traded at. So a very parallel trend or pattern. It pulled back to highs of lows of $6. Obviously, the RSI indicator indicated that it was way oversold, and it looks like it's been doing well ever since. Even on the 1 year chart, this thing has broken above the EMA. So I think this is, I'm actually going to add this one to my watch list. I really like that. We got the confirmation. It's trending up and has a really nice pattern. So great call out on that one. Hey, we're ending it on a green note. So let's do it. But that is really just it. That's our Sunday Stock Talk. So let's see. Okay. I'm done with the call outs, but thank you guys again. If you guys have any other questions about, what it is that you possibly see value in and stuff like that, I would love to assist any way that I can. Obviously, there's a couple thousand people that are part of our group. Feel free to direct message me if you're a part of TechBud Solutions in our TechBud Solutions private group chat. All the links are down below. So the first link is if you want to be a part of my lesson library and mentorship, I can assist you and try to be a part of your success when it comes down to trading, the buying and reselling of motorcycles and exotic cars, and then of investment properties and buying your first property. So that's kind of what I excel in when it comes down to the different businesses that I have and stuff like that. But yeah, and all the other links, the second link is so you can, I believe, stay connected to our Facebook group. So that's our free networking group. I want to thank you guys for 58,000 members. And yeah, that's really just it. So I hope you guys have an amazing Sunday. We're actually heading out right now. We're going to have a group dinner we got Justin over here if you guys want to meet him. So if you guys are a part of the TechBud Solutions lesson library, he's one of my partners when it comes down to Learn, Plan, Profit, as well as TechBud Solutions. So just want to give him a shout out for all that. So just like Christopher Tesvich said, let's make sure that we have a green week. Guys, thank you again for everything it is that you guys do. I did upload another video today, and it's the video that I uploaded before this. And so many people asked me about my opinion on attending a university. I go to ASU Polytechnic, and I gave my own approach. So, just feel free to watch that video if you've ever had that question. I really hope that video can guide you in the right direction. You know that I'm always trying to help people in any way that I can, right? Does that make sense? And I don't want to misguide people. And that's really what I think that video did. So thank you guys. Continue working hard. Continue following your dreams. Let your passion be what drives in your success. And other than that, I wanted to give you guys an update. In yesterday's video, I talked about how in 1 week I made $1,200 profit reselling that motorcycle. And I talked about I was going to buy my new exotic car on Monday. That deal fell through, and I'm not too sure if I'm going to make an actual video about it, but I was working with a dealership to close this deal. I booked my flights, and so did my buddies. So I had to refund. I paid for me and my buddy's flight because he booked the flight because of me, and he was going to drive back with me. So I ended up having to pay for his because I didn't want him to take the hit because of me not doing it. But the dealer said, done deal. He supposedly locked the car in for me, and he sold it underneath me because I think he got a better offer. So that was very upsetting, and I ended up not getting the deal. But again, it's all part of the game. A little upsetting, but moving on to the next one, right? So if you guys want to let me know in the comment section what I should buy as my next supercar, feel free to let me know. But let's make sure that we focus on the important parts of life, and that's enjoying what it is that we do on an everyday basis and making sure that we're following our dreams and that we're surrounding ourselves with people that are making us better people. So thank you guys again. If you guys can give the video a thumbs up, that I would really appreciate it. And let me know again what you guys think about the TechBuds apparel. We have this thing going